How you doing, YouTube? This is Will from Will Development, and this is an impromptu, actually I guess it's kind of planned out, chit-chat with my boy Devereaux, aka Elijah. This has been my best friend since I was, what, we were 11 when we met?
Yes.
I think, yeah, we were 11. Ironically met in the gym.
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah,
we did.
We were on the fucking what do you call it, the Aerodynes, the little bicycle with the fan on the front, that stupid little thing that barely fucking works. And we were, I think we were ragging on some other kids we saw, because that's what we are. We're such nice guys. We were ragging on some other people
in middle school.
Meanwhile, our chubby asses are sitting there bicycling away, like, oh, look at this fucking idiot. Yeah. But I kind of just wanted to do a little video with my boy, because as you know, he does all the music for my channel, partially because I love supporting my friends, and the other part is it's royalty free, and third, but certainly most of all not least, is that the shit's dope. It's tight, it's good shit. And he and I were actually, we were in a band together for
about a year and some change.
About a year, a good little stint there.
Yeah.
The band didn't really go very far, but I think it actually went pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say it was more successful than others, I would say.
Yeah, the problem was we just didn't gig enough. I think that was our biggest problem. Shit, this ain't about that, but I knew the guy had musical talent. I've known that since we were, you know, youngins, knee-high to a grasshopper and all that. And, because he's been, God, you've been on the guitar since...
5th grade?
Yeah, he popped out of the womb on a Fender.
Yeah. And
then he was like, what's this? I want a Les Paul. And so I always knew he was in a rock, and like I said, we were in a rock band, and now you're producing beats, right?
Making beats, production, placements for some local artists, some abroad. I'm working with Ichabod Veins. He's a homie from down in Palm Beach. Basically, that's my biggest placement at the moment. Him and Buckwheat. We got Elroy Jetson. Links in my bio. Probably have the info at the end of the video with like my tag and stuff. If you want to check it out, it's right there. But yeah, I'm working with Ichabod Veins. I'm working with Marlo from Lex's Camp. Orlando's Own is a Orlando-based rap group that we're working with down here. Free Will, we got a Free Will tape coming soon. It's dope. Just working with a bunch of diverse artists and really just trying to get my name out there. Honestly, just trying to make it big and make music a living, you know?
Yeah. I personally gave up on that whole musical as a living dream a while back. I still got my basses and stuff, and I schlep at a boss whenever I get a chance, but I definitely don't actively participate in music as much as I wish I could. But it's kind of there's this famous bodybuilder, Ronnie Coleman, and he had this quote in one of his training videos. It was very prolific, and you wouldn't guess it by looking at the guy, because he's 5'11", 300 something pounds, just ripped brick shit house. He sounds stupid. He's a cop. You don't assume to get any kind of intelligence from this guy. But he said this very prolific thing. It was, when you love something, he says, you know what they say about things that you love? There ain't much you won't do for it. And it's just fucking deep, you know? Like, holy shit. Like, when you love something, there isn't much, you won't do for it. Mm-hmm. And I love training people and the fitness lifestyle with boundaries. And so I've unfortunately had to kind of give up the whole music dream for it. But, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. And just like him, I'm out here just trying to get my name out there. I'm more interested in being a trainer, but I also want to be, like, holy shit famous, too. And I figure with a personality like mine, who never shuts the fuck up and says things that people don't like,
that'll get you there.
I'm perfect. I'm perfect for it. I have been born to be that.
Yeah.
And I always like the spotlight on me. You have no idea how hard it was for me to just sit there and let him talk for that last 3 minutes. or 30 seconds. Like, I just never shut up. I feel like we should be like facing each other or something. Do you feel that way? Like, maybe we should be facing each other because we had like this discussion or whatever. Like, am I still in the shot? Am I still in the shot?
Yeah.
I'll turn sideways. You keep looking that way like you don't give a shit though. Yeah, fucking. So yeah, I actually have a few questions. Like, what's the difference between producing and making?
Producing and making. I think that's a fine line between actually producing. To me, being a producer is okay. You made the song, and then you send the song out. You get an artist to agree to write to the song, to create to the song.
Okay.
But then I think it's also important if you're sending the beat out, which I haven't done obviously because I send a lot of stuff through email. Everybody's abroad. I think the whole production community has become a lot of, I'm gonna send it through email. It's easier to network like that through the internet, to get your name out and just send things through email.
Most definitely.
And then you can always put your input on things, but it's sort of in your control, but then it is sort of isn't.
Right.
What comes out kind of comes out. You can always put your creative input on how it was recorded, but I feel like sometimes once the artist has a set thing and they have it recorded, I think a lot of people are kind of hesitant to go back and redo something they already feel is already kind of okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, but the difference between producing and making beats, I think, is when you produce something, you send the beat out, the artist gets the beat, musical, instrumental, whatever. They go into the studio, and then you and the artist are together making the song. You're telling him what sounds good, what maybe even word choice, arranging everything. Obviously you have an audio engineer who's sitting there, recording things, but basically as equal as a creative control between you and the artist is producing a song, I think. And making beats is obviously kind of what I'm doing, but I obviously want to evolve into more being hands-on with an artist, but I think that'll come with time.
So that's the big difference right there.
In my opinion,
that
yeah.
last statement you just made. The producer is more hands-on,
Right.
Whereas the creator, you've painted the picture.
Right.
Everybody can do whatever they want with it now.
Correct, yeah.
Gotcha. Whereas the producer, you're standing there with the painted picture saying, no, you don't put cum on her face.
Yeah, basically the biggest difference, I mean, obviously the artist is going to want to do what they want to do, but you take that and you guide them to the best of your ability, what you think sounds right.
You actually get some input into it.
Exactly.
As a producer versus as a creator.
Right.
You have now created the Fifth Symphony.
Right.
And everybody can do whatever they want with it now.
Yeah.
And you can't tell them, no, you missed that fifth measure over there.
Correct,
It's set in stone, and they do what they want. I got you. Okay, that's cool. Now, the biggest question I've always had, and I don't know if anybody else has it, and if you don't answer this question, it's cool, but where's the name Devereaux? Where does that come from?
Devereaux comes from, I was watching TV with my mom, and this was right before I started making beats, a little bit before, I think. I had the laptop, I had the program and everything, but I don't think I really had a name for myself. The beats were crap, they were horrible at that point. It's not like they're incredible now, but I'm still working at it. Anyways.
You'll say that about the beats you made yesterday in a year.
Yeah, so the name came from, I was looking for names, I was watching TV with my mom, I was very open to see what would sound cool, and I saw an episode of The Golden Girls.
I love it.
And it was B. Arthur, what's her name? Betty White and Rue McClanahan. In the story, that's Dorothy Zbornak, Rose Nyland, and Blanche Devereaux. So that's her last name, basically. I was like, oh man, that sounds kind of cool. It was weird. I liked it because it had an X in it, too.
Yeah.
You don't see things with an X. And I was like, it sounds cool.
Right.
I looked it up, and there's a couple of people here and there with the name Devereaux, but I think I'm already taking it to a whole new level where I don't think anybody else is touching the Devereaux name as I have. So
Right.
I think it's a very solid name. It sounds cool. And yeah, I think that's the story.
That's actually a funny thing, because you kind of touched on a little subject, and I know I can get into it a little bit with you, is copywriting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know in your particular field of music, sampling is a big thing.
Right.
So I have a question about that, and I'll get to it in just a minute. But But the whole copyright thing, I actually know this about it, that, and it's only because I look for myself, as long as somebody has the name that you're about to use, but it's in a different industry, you're fine. So if somebody has Devereaux Painting, they can't sue you for using the name Devereaux as an artist. So like me, Will Development, there's a lot of Will Development, but most of them are owned by like churches and shit like that.
Okay,
Yeah, right? Yeah. Exactly, yeah, like Makes Will sense, Development, right? But I'm like, no, me, Will.
Oh, okay, Will, okay.
Right. It's about me, bitch, not you, me. Yeah. But my brand is actually about everybody's development. It's about the willpower to keep going. But the copywriting issue, how does that affect your work? Because I know you I guess it's electronic music is more or less what you create. And I know sampling is a big part of that. I mean, and you can, rock bands sample music all the time. They say, and then they do covers and stuff like that. But cover is a different story as opposed to sampling, because sampling is actually taking the actual song or notes that this person has composed in a certain range and using it. So how do you avoid copyright? Is because I know there's a time limit sort of thing, like 7 seconds and they can't touch you, something along those lines. But is there something special that you do? Because not many of your songs have it, I know, but how do guys in your industry get around
when I sample, I've yet, one song I have that has heavy sampling in it. Really, I think you really have to worry about that. I'm not a huge sampler, like you said.
Yeah.
I sample here and there. Sampling is like smoking a cigarette kind of thing. You do it sometimes or whatever, but sampling is very hit or miss. I think if you have a sampled record, and sampling's great. Don't get me wrong, sampling's awesome. Hip hop producers have pioneered with sampling, but sampling I think is a little tough, because if you make a song with sampling, royalties have to go to the people who've made it, obviously. So you have all these different factors of different people wanting a certain amount of cut. The artist has to make a song, the producer has to make some money off of it, the person who made that song. It really all depends who the person is and how much they want out of the sample.
Gotcha.
So everybody's different. And they can even say no to the sample. If the song gets big enough and you want to release this song with that particular sample, they can say no to it, and you can't release the song anymore, and you can miss an album placement, and that's crap, because you worked hard to get that, yada yada. So sampling's cool, but you run into those problems where certain artists don't want you to use it, or if you do use it, you're not getting as much as if you obviously originally composed everything. Now you can go and rework the same notes in a like you said, in a different order, or do it in a different way. You can do that, but I think that kind of cuts originality a little bit. So
I think so. Well, I mean, and I am not that I'm a producer of music or anything like that anymore. I mean, I still write a couple songs, a couple bass licks here and there, but sampling to me, I wouldn't go as far as say as it's stealing, because I'm the only place I'm black and white is in the gym. Like, there's a right way to do a squat and there's a wrong way to do a squat. It's that simple, you know what I mean? But in real life, most of the shit's gray. And I wouldn't call sampling stealing, but to me, it shows kind of, if you don't go a very creative route with it, you know what I mean? Like, if you just take, what was his name? Vanilla Ice did with... Under Pressure. Under Pressure, exactly. That, to me, was not stealing, because he went a completely, totally different direction with it. Now, there's other examples like, what's his name? Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, where he took the Daft Punk song, I forget what his name is, that big rap artist. Kanye, thank you. Oh, yeah, God, whatever his name is, whatever he goes by these days. But he took Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, and I got upset at the fact that, like, people were actually saying that song was written by him.
Right, yeah.
And it started pissing me off, and to me, that didn't seem like artistic creativity, that felt like artistic theft to me. Because I'm like, the original producers of the song, Daft Punk, are no longer getting credit for writing Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, but they wrote that shit back in like the 90s. I think maybe even the late 80s.
Right.
So like, I think there's a line, and I'm not putting Kanye down. Holy shit, Kanye, don't come at me, bro. Please, I can't handle your fucking team of lawyers. But
no, it'd be nice. I think we'd get a lot of good coverage, and a lot of people would follow.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
So Kanye, please comment on this video.
Kanye, come at me, Brad.